Hi everyone, my name is Ralph George and I'm the creator and founder of SmileFy. Today I want to present the new update 3.2 and the guided workflows. What does guided workflows mean? We do have more and more features and more complex workflows, but our goal is to make it simple for everyone. For example, if you want to design a motivational mockup, you can follow certain steps, ignoring all other features. That way you speed up and optimize the design process. Let me show you. So we're gonna go and open the case workflows. I already calibrated the files, means picture with the intraoral scan, and now I'm gonna start the 3D design. In the first step, we need to calibrate our intraoral scan. We set the occlusal curve like, let me see, like this. I think that's fine. We're gonna go a little bit more additive. In the second step, we do have the smile frame, the 3D smile frame. So let's set the 3D smile frame properly. I think that's the position, occlusal angulation, or occlusal curve, or smile curve, right? So we can call it whatever we want. And we're gonna reduce a little bit the height. More. I think that looks good. Adjustments, we're gonna select the mockup. And the centrals are good. The laterals are good. The canines are, I think, 1 unit smaller. And now we have the second premolar that we also adjust. And now the width for our teeth is okay. We generate a smile. To this screen, nothing changed, right? Everything was the same. Everything is fine. But now let's go to the 3D design screen. In the 3D design screen, at the top, we do have the workflows. Now we do have the default workflow, which is the normal workflow, right? I click on the workflow and I do have mockup and shells and composite veneers. For now, we're gonna present the mockup. So I'm gonna click on the mockup and you can see at the top we have first step, templates, second step, tools, third step, smile analysis, fourth step, mesh editor, CAD presets, and we save the mockup. So let's start following the workflow. Good. So first of all, we need to select our templates. Which template do I want for my patient? But first of all, let me make sure that all 4 screens are properly set here, like occlusal angulation, the 45 degrees from the top view, and this one. Good. So first of all, templates, right? I'm gonna select JCP, eventually G01. G01 looks fine, actually, looks fine. Templates are selected. I go to the next step, tools. Now what I need to do is I need to adjust the design of my mockup. Here we go. That's my canine lateral. I can lock also the frontal view. Let's see what we can do. I'm gonna link the right and left side, and now I'm gonna adjust the rotation of both. Maybe a little bit more like this, more lingual. It's okay. Let's see what's going on with the canine. So this is gonna be a motivational mock-up, right? And we're gonna have some options to create several mock-ups and quickly design several versions of the design. I think I need to increase a little bit the height. That's fine. This canine is maybe we need the correct rotation. Let's see. Locking the screen makes everything easier. In this view, we see also beautifully the angulations and the rotation of the teeth. That's fine. And let's bring the premolar, the second premolar, also more. This one is too wide, so let's reduce a little bit the width. I think that looks good. For the first step, I think I am okay with the result. We can check a little bit the position on the smile curve, maybe a little bit more like this. Good. So the first step is so far okay. And let's go with the second step. And the second step, what does the app tell me? So rotation like this. Position. That's fine. Good. What does the app say? Now we need to go to the smile analysis. Let's make sure that our angulations and everything what we have is also properly done. So I'm gonna turn my object, my design and the intraoral scan in a frontal position. That's very important. In the frontal position, because the smile analysis is a frontal position, right? So you see, we do have some things that we can improve and we are gonna improve, but with the visual analysis the design is okay. But let's nevertheless use now the automatic calculation. So what do we have right now? We do have the angulations of every single tooth. As you can see, even if the visual analysis was not bad, right? The design can be much, much better. So I like the right canine. The left canine has a different angulation. So I'm gonna select and I'm gonna take the rotation and maybe we go here full screen. It's gonna be much, much better. Yes. 0.8 degrees, 2.9 degrees, which means I do have a different angulation of the canines. Here we go, like this, and let me see, 0.8. Too much, 0.8. Now the canine, they look pretty much the same in the same angulation. I'm good. The right lateral, I think, looks better than the left lateral. So let's see what's the angulation here. It's 6.8. So I'm gonna select this one and let's go with 3.3, like this. Now we have the same angulation and we can see that the centrals, they need a correction. So I'm gonna go with, I think this one looks good, 0.2. Let's correct the right central also to 0.2. Now, for this kind of corrections, I suggest you use your finger, because using the pen, it's very, very shaky and it's very, very sensitive, right? Okay, the angulations are good. This one is 3.4. Let's go to 3.3 because we want the perfection. 3.3, come on. 3.2. 3 point. No. That's too much. 3.3. That looks good actually. 3.3 is good. 3.4. Okay, it looks so far good. I think the central is just a little bit too high. So that's better. Good, let's see how everything looks like in the face, because SmileFy is a facial driven smile design tool, facial driven smile design concept. We simulate the smile in the mouth, we turn off the lines and the angulations, and I think now we have a better mock-up. Good, let's go to the fourth step, mesh editor, right? I select the fourth step, mesh editor. I see that in my occlusal view, I do have a lot of material, right? For the mockup, we need to delete everything what is in the occlusal view so that we make sure the patient has nothing in the bite when we create the mockup. So now we load the whole project in the special tool, the mesh editor, and then we can, with using the brushes that we have here, we can delete and prepare the mockup. So let's see. We're gonna correct here a little bit canine. Everything else is not bad. Here a little bit, here also, that's fine. Good, let's go into the occlusal view. Flatten. So now we have here a lot of stuff. We just delete. Now, if you don't want such a huge effect, right, on the teeth, you can reduce the size or the intensity. That's fine. We're gonna let the laterals like this. I just used this kind of high intensity just to be quicker than normal, so that we can delete and do everything here in a short period of time. I'm gonna use the deform brush just to adjust here a little bit the gingival margins and everything else. I think that looks good. Maybe here. Okay, I think our mock-up is good. I apply. Now we bring the design back into the face. Here we go. Good. So let's see what do we have here. Okay. Now 3D layers, right? Just for me to turn on the light to select eventually a color on the teeth. You see now where is the face, frontal smile. Now we have the teeth with colors. That's fine. That's my mockup. CAD presets. I go to the next step. So now, because I selected mockup and shells, what I have, mockup and shell mockup, right? So that both presets are marked with a red stroke. If I want to create the shells, I click on shell mockup. If I want to create the mockup, I click on the mockup, right? So let's click on the shell mockup, and now we're gonna calculate and we're gonna create the shell mockup. After the operation is done, we get automatically the option to export or to print the shells, right? So that's very convenient because you don't need to go out of the workflow and then save the case, export the file, do whatever it is or whatever it has to be done. It's just automatically selected for you. Operation 45%. It's a very, very heavy calculation, of course, so it's gonna take a little bit. It's on the iPad. You can do it on the iPhone. So it's a unique features that you can use all the CAD features in the iPad, on the iPhone, and of course in Mac. 90%. Pop-up, export, 3D print, right? If you click export, now you can zip, for example, all files, and you can save the complete folder into your iPad, in the iCloud, on your Dropboxes, whatever it is, and then you have all the files in this zip file. If you want to print, then you select print and you select what file exactly do you want to send to the printer software, and the printer software is going to be selected and you can send the files to the printer software. So now let's see here for the shells, because we created the shells, right? So I'm going to turn the opacity off from the original design and from the intraoral scan. And here we go. We do have the shell mockup. We created for the laterals, you know, the laterals are like crowns, so that we can fix our shell mockup, right? So look, like this. It's like a crown. So now we can fix our shell mockup, and here we go. That's our workflow. If you select the composite veneers, it's gonna be the same workflow, but in the section CAD presets, the composite veneers are gonna be selected. When you click export, you are gonna get two files, one with the full design and one with a design with a gap, right? One gap design. We're gonna add more options to the guided workflows. All on X, super important, because all on X is pretty complex when it comes to creating the files for printing. So you have a lot of CAD operations, and all these CAD operations are going to be done automatically and one by one. You don't need to worry about what exactly is the step. You just click on all on X, and then we create all the files for you. Of course, crown lengthening, a big topic. It's gonna be also automated and guided. Temporaries, veneers, everything is gonna be covered. That's the beginning, mockup or shells, and composite veneers. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial with the guided workflows that we have here. And I wish you beautiful smile designs. And don't forget to update the app.